I'm going to share with you what I wish someone had told me back in 2018 when I suddenly became aware of this whole online business thing, making money online, work from home business. I would soon find out that many of the people making money in their online business were people who had tried something to sell online and it didn't quite make them money, but through the process of trying to sell something online, they learned a lot about social media and, Pinterest marketing and, how to grow your business or how to create a business, how to create a brand. And I'm not knocking those things in any way. Number one, because I also had to make this pivot. I'll talk a little bit more about that, of my own experience with this very, very phenomenon of people making money online by helping people make money online. It's a vicious circle and it's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't this way. And I'm sure I'm very wrong. In some cases, I'm sure there are people who have a set skill and they launched it into the world and they just work from home and they make money that way. And that it has nothing to do with helping people, their main offering being helping people start an online business. Um, my own experience with this was in 2018. It's a long story of how I got there, but I found myself researching things online. I think I was researching about blogging. It was for somebody else who was interested in getting into blogging. So I was like, I'll do some research. I could help this person find the information they need. And so through that search, I found out about an online proofreading course. And one of the main claims of the person who created this online course was that they had made millions of dollars because of proofreading, and that they used their own money making from proofreading to let you know that there was money to be made in proofreading. I'm phrasing it that way because technically this person wasn't lying because they described it that way. I would come to find out later that this person made millions in proofreading with her proofreading course. Do you see the problem here? I don't know if you've run into this, but it turns out there is not a lot of, at least in my experience. I would love to be wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong. If you are someone who maybe even took the same proofreading course and now you're like making millions online from proofreading because of all the demand that's out there, or even just a decent side gig with proofreading, I would love to hear about that. Please tell me, because I would be encouraged to know that I'm wrong about that. But as I said, like, it turned out that, well, part of the problem was that when people would take this person's course and would be having a hard time finding work or clients, that they would go into like these Facebook groups that were hosted by this proofreading course and say like, hey, is anyone making money with this? And then of course the creator of the course would come in and tell people how this was all their fault, basically. Like, they have mindset issues, they have money block issues, they have resistance to, okay, so you get what I'm saying. So it was made to sound like there's money to be made here if you just work at it. Basically, if you also create a proofreading course to tell people how to proofread and create a business, I don't know if that was the intent, but that's how it came across. So as I was diving headfirst into this online business world, I came across tons of, people who were saying like they were making a full-time living with their online business. It took me a really long time to put it together that most of the people actually making money in their online business were people who were helping people create an online business. Once I realized that, I was like, has it always been like this? And I don't know, like, things online go through like trends and waves, like you used to be able to have a good shot at making money blogging. And I guess due to like Google algorithm changes and SEO type things, what I hear is that it's much, much harder to make money with blogging. So, there was a huge trend in making money from blogging, and then a huge trend in, whatever other thing. So trends come and go, but what I personally found was that, and I've shared this, I'll put links in the description. I have many videos about what happened to me with my online business, things that I tried, ventures, my online business ventures. I tried many things. Some things went well, some things did not. The short version is that my business, I had some clients, and then once 2020 hit, everything changed. And obviously for everyone, but also for my online business. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to get creative. And what did I do? I said, well, in all this work in trying to create an online business, I've learned a lot about Pinterest marketing and Instagram marketing and how to brainstorm ideas. And I found that I loved talking to people about online business and giving them ideas like, hey, you should try this or that, or oh, I could just see things in my mind going a certain way for people, and I could just be like, oh, have you ever thought of this, and like coming up with ideas. So since I wasn't making money with proofreading, I was like, just pivot, Kendall. You might remember in 2020, the word of the year in many circles was pivot, So sometimes it's true that if you don't pivot your offerings, then you might miss out on your business taking off or being sustainable through the ups and downs of life and things that happen. So I was like, okay, I'll pivot. I will keep offering proofreading in case that takes off, but I can add on services. One of the services I decided to add on was a service where I help people build their online business, and I called them business brainstorming chats. And oh man, did I love these, because then I could help people and listen to their ideas and get excited for them. I love getting excited for people's ideas for being creative or trying something. So I loved the business brainstorming chats, and that actually, if I count all of the years of this, going in, I was going to say full-time. I wasn't making full-time money, but spending a full-time day of work in marketing and, researching and working on things for my online business. In the years that I was full force working on that as much as I could, the thing that made me the most income were my business brainstorming chats, which again is this online business conundrum of, I tried to do a thing online, it wasn't bringing in enough money, so I'll take the things that I did learn, the skills that I developed, and I'll turn that into hey, I'm a little bit further along than someone who's done nothing in an online business, so why don't I help people figure out how to work on their online business? And I get it. I totally get it. But after a while, I was like, please, somebody show me that you're making money in your online business in a way that has nothing to do with helping people with their online business. It's so frustrating. So anyways, if you want more details of my own journey with that, please check the videos that I link in the description here, because I even have one that's super dramatically titled called Failed Business, but anyways, I do not consider it a failure. I actually personally consider, if we're going to go with the word pivot, I kind of consider YouTube as my pivot. I had my channel before and it had a different focus. Feel free to go back and look, yikes, at my first several videos. Oh, they're not great. I don't think. Maybe you will think so. But, I'll let you be the judge of that. Just be nice. Don't say anything mean. I already know they're cringy, okay? But Anyway, so I consider this YouTube channel is like my pivot because, and again, I'll link a video below. I had to end up getting a full-time job outside of the home. And so I haven't been able to even focus on, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have the energy to put as much energy into getting my other things that I'm offering or was offering. I don't have the energy to put into marketing those and investing the time in those that they would need to actually take off. I have so many things out there. I've tried, and I'm still selling. These things are up available for sale. I have like a whole cozy comfort shop thing where I sell like mugs and bags and shirts that have like cute little cozy sayings on them. And I have all of those things, but again, I haven't been able to promote those things like I could before needing to get a full-time job. So again, all the details, check the list of videos below where I share a lot more of my online business journey and work-related things. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But I consider YouTube my pivot. And the reason I'm calling this the truth about, what am I calling it? Either the truth about online business. I think that's what I'm calling it. The truth, or maybe I should call it a brutally honest look at online business. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you came upon this video because you're doing research, or, YouTube gave you this video because you've been looking into like, how can I make money from home? Like, I'd like to do a work from home gig or work from home business. What is this? And I totally, totally get it. I've been there. And I still think those are great ideas and they can take off. At the same time, I would also say it is good to be excited. Yes, all your dreams for your business could come true. It can take off and it can do well. And if you're excited about it, definitely keep researching and keep creating things or trying things, putting things out there. And at the same time, one, if it's not happening fast, or if you feel like it's failed, it may not have failed. Things are wild. Things have been wild in the world for the last however long, and it's a different place. Like, people are trying to save money, and it's just a different time, as you probably already know. So we are all in a different time. We're all trying to watch our budgets, and things are difficult and uncertain. So I don't want you to feel discouraged or like you shouldn't try this stuff, because your ideas can take off. They really can. And I do think it's worth trying. Just do a ton of research, put those creative things out there, and at the same time, plan on doing it alongside something else. And I also want to say, if you are having to get a full-time job, while you're waiting for this online business thing to take off, it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It doesn't mean that you have money blocks or mindset issues. It just means that this is way more difficult than people make it sound. And remind yourself that maybe most of the people who are talking about all the money they're making in their online business are people who are helping others start an online business, and that's how they make their money. It's a circle. It's like, I'm telling you, once I realized that, I was like, oh, I cannot believe I didn't realize this before. Again, there are probably people out there who their thing took off and it has nothing to do with that. But again, just something to be aware of. I want to be brutally honest about lawnmower. Don't know if you can hear that. I just want to be brutally honest about the truth of making money online, starting an online business, doing a work from home business. I want to share with you the things that I wish I knew years ago when I jumped into this thing. I didn't know. Well, here's the other thing. There were also some things I heard back then or read back then, like advice from people who help you with online business, there are some things that I heard back then that don't necessarily hold true today. Here's just one example. One business expert, somebody who helps people with online business, one business person that I followed said something one time about like, make sure there is actually a desire for the thing you're putting out there before you put it out there, like market research or whatever. And one of the examples they gave, they said, nobody's interested in your book recommendations. I remember reading that and being like, hey, because I have like a blog on my website where I write things about books that I've read. You've maybe seen on my YouTube channel, I do book reviews of books that I've read and different thoughts about them. And I remember, this was a few years, oh boy, wow, not a few years ago, maybe 7 years ago now, 6 years ago now, that this person was like, you know, for example, nobody's interested in reading your book reviews or hearing about the books that you recommend or something like that. And I remember thinking like, oh, that's sad, because that's something that's really fun for me. Well, guess what, person from years ago? There's a whole thing called BookTube and BookTok, where literally people get thousands of views because they're talking about the books that they read. People are interested in that. And maybe that's part of the whole trends going up and down, seasons of things that people are interested in. Maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe that's true. Maybe people weren't interested in other people's book recommendations or their thoughts on books. But I am telling you, like even now, like, well, maybe not now, maybe after you watch this video, open another tab or window and just put in like, you know, book reviews. Put in your favorite genre of a book into the YouTube search bar, and you will find whole channels dedicated to book reviews. People want to hear about your book reviews. Now, for me, those videos on my channel have not taken off like hotcakes, but I still do them because it's fun for me. And some people, I mean, they have views, like, you know, I think one has like 65 views. That's probably the biggest, highest view, but that's 65 people who were like, oh, she's talking about a book. I wonder what she said. Like, that's a big deal. I mean, if I had 0 views, I could see being like, what happened here? But that's like 65 people, and I think that's great. So all that to say, this has been my experience with online business. My pivot has been to make my YouTube channel more of just things that I'm interested in, things that I'm trying online, things that I'm reading, things that I'm thinking about, mental health, encouragement. Basically, this YouTube channel is my pivot. I still offer, you know, you'll see if you watch the other videos that I link, I still offer all the things that, you know, I have like digital products and things like that. So I still offer the things on my business website for my proofreading site. You'll probably still see a bunch of things available. I just don't actively promote them because of, again, pivoting to focusing on this channel's new direction. I will say, I promised myself I would mention these things at the end of every video to wrap it all up. Speaking of online business, part of what I am trying is having memberships for this channel. If you are interested in supporting this channel even more than you're already doing now by watching and hopefully subscribing, thank you, by the way. If you're interested in doing more, and if you are not on a tight budget and you're interested in supporting the channel even more, then please feel free to check out in the description my Buy Me a Coffee site memberships, where you can support the work I'm doing here. And you can do a one-time donation thing, but I also have memberships that start at just $2 a month. Again, that's if you are not on a tight budget. Otherwise, I just really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. So also, I am selling my Honest Gratitude Journal, which you can see linked below. I'm selling it through Amazon KDP, and that is my gratitude journal that I created to help you be honest about the difficult part and the hard parts of your day, and the things that you're feeling grateful for. And again, sometimes those are the same thing, but I think it's important to be honest about the things that were difficult and also the things that we're actually feeling grateful for. So those are the things I'm offering. Thank you for watching. Please let me know what you've noticed about online business, work from home type things. Let me know what you've noticed about this. I'd be curious if my viewpoint is like just kind of out there from where you're coming from, or if you're seeing this and you're like, yeah, this is totally what I've noticed. It's a thing of the online business circle. So that's all I can think of for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.